When we think about incredible reptiles, our minds often jump to giant crocodiles or colorful snakes. But I want to introduce you to one of the most fascinating lizards out there, the blue-tongued skink. These guys are just amazing. They're not just popular because they look cool, they have a personality that makes them a favorite among reptile lovers. You see them, and you just know there's something special going on. They have this calm, curious nature that really draws you in. It's no wonder so many people are captivated by them. They are truly one of nature's most unique creations, a perfect example of how evolution can produce something both beautiful and bizarre in the best way possible. What makes them so beloved? Well, for starters, that brilliant cobalt blue tongue is a showstopper. It's not every day you see an animal with such a vibrant feature, but it's more than just looks. Blue-tongued skinks are known for being relatively docile and easygoing, which makes them stand out in the reptile world. Unlike some flighty lizards that dash away at the slightest movement, a skink will often hold its ground, sizing you up with its intelligent eyes. This gentle temperament makes them fantastic animal ambassadors, helping people connect with reptiles and overcome any fears they might have. They teach us that reptiles aren't just scaly, cold-blooded creatures. They are complex animals with their own unique ways of living. The popularity of these skinks has grown immensely over the years, both in zoos and as pets in people's homes. Their manageable size and hardy nature make them a great choice for those new to keeping reptiles, but even experienced keepers find them endlessly rewarding. They have this almost prehistoric look, with their sturdy bodies and overlapping scales like a little armored tank. But then they surprise you with their gentle demeanor. It's this combination of tough exterior and calm interior that makes them so endearing. They are a living, breathing lesson in not judging a book, or a lizard, by its cover. Getting to know one is a real privilege. In this journey together, we're going to dive deep into the world of the blue-tongued skink. We'll explore everything from their incredible physical features to where they call home in the wild landscapes of Australia and its neighboring islands. We'll look at what they eat for dinner and how they spend their days both out in the wild and as cherished pets. We'll also talk about the responsibility that comes with keeping one of these amazing animals, ensuring they live long, happy, and healthy lives. So get ready, because we are about to uncover what makes the blue-tongued skink one of nature's absolute coolest lizards. It's going to be a wild ride. Let's get up close and personal with the blue-tongued skink. The first thing you notice is, of course, that tongue. It's an incredible, vivid, almost electric blue. This isn't just for show, it's a brilliant defense mechanism. When a predator like a dingo or a large bird gets too close, the skink will open its mouth wide and flash that bright blue tongue. In the animal kingdom, bright colors often mean danger or poison, so this sudden burst of blue can startle a predator, giving the skink just enough time to make its escape. It's a bluff, but it's a very effective one. It's an amazing example of how animals use color to survive in a world full of challenges. But there's so much more to them than just their famous tongue. Blue-tongued skinks are stout, robust lizards with short, stubby legs and a thick, triangular head. Their bodies are covered in smooth, overlapping scales that feel almost like polished stones. These scales provide great protection as they move through the underbrush. Depending on the species, and there are several, their color can range from silvery gray with dark bands to shades of brown, orange, and yellow. This coloration provides excellent camouflage, helping them blend into the leaf litter and soil of their natural environment. They can grow to be quite large for a lizard, reaching up to 2 feet in length. Their body shape is perfectly suited to their lifestyle. Those short legs aren't built for speed, which is why they prefer to hide or use that startling tongue display rather than run from danger. They are ground dwellers, or what we call terrestrial animals. Their long, heavy bodies move with a deliberate snake-like wiggle, which is really cool to watch. They use their strong sense of smell to find food, constantly flicking their tongue out to taste the air, just like a snake does. This gathers scent particles and transfers them to a special sensory organ in the roof of their mouth, called the Jacobson's organ, helping them navigate their world and find their next meal. One of my favorite things about them is their expressive faces. They have these intelligent, watchful eyes that seem to be taking everything in. Unlike many other lizards, they can seem very aware of their surroundings and of you. The combination of their sturdy build, beautiful patterns, and that shocking blue tongue makes them one of the most visually striking reptiles you'll ever see. They are a masterpiece of evolutionary design, perfectly equipped for the life they lead. Every single feature, from the tip of their nose to the end of their tail, tells a story of survival and adaptation in the wild. So, where in the world can you find these incredible lizards? Blue-tongued skinks are native to Australia, a continent known for its unique and often extreme wildlife. They are incredibly widespread and can be found in a huge variety of habitats all across the Australian mainland. You can find different species of skinks in woodlands, grasslands, scrublands, and even in the sandy deserts. They are remarkably adaptable, which is one of the reasons they have been so successful. They aren't picky about their real estate as long as there is plenty of cover to hide under and food to find. From the tropical north to the cooler southern regions, these skinks have carved out a niche for themselves. In addition to Australia, some species of blue-tongued skinks also live on nearby islands like New Guinea and Indonesia. Each location has its own distinct type of skink, adapted to the local environment. For example, the Irian Jaya blue-tongued skink from New Guinea is known for its beautiful patterns suited to the forest floor, while the Centralian blue-tongued skink is built to survive in the harsh, arid deserts of Central Australia. This diversity is just incredible. It shows how a single group of animals can evolve in different ways to thrive in completely different conditions, a process known as adaptive radiation. What does a perfect skink home look like? Think shelter. Blue-tongued skinks are creatures of comfort and security. They spend a lot of their time hiding from predators and the hot sun. In the wild, they will seek out refuge under fallen logs, inside hollowed-out tree trunks, under rocks, or in abandoned animal burrows. They are also known to take up residence in suburban gardens, finding shelter under wood piles or thick bushes. They are not great climbers, so you'll almost always find them on the ground, shuffling through leaf litter and loose soil in search of something tasty to eat. Their home is their fortress. This need for shelter is a key part of their survival strategy. Being relatively slow-moving, their best defense is not to be seen in the first place. By staying hidden during the hottest parts of the day, they also conserve energy and avoid overheating, which is a big deal in the Australian climate. They are most active in the morning and late afternoon, a behavior known as being diurnal. Understanding their natural habitat and their need for a safe, secure place to hide is crucial, not just for appreciating them in the wild, but also for providing them with the best possible care if you ever decide to keep one as a pet. So what's on the menu for a blue-tongued skink? Well, these guys are omnivores, which means they eat a little bit of everything. Their diet is incredibly varied, and honestly, they are not picky eaters at all. This is a huge advantage in the wild, allowing them to take advantage of whatever food sources are available. In their natural habitat, they will munch on a wide range of insects, snails, slugs, and worms. They are slow, but they are persistent hunters, and a juicy snail is no match for a hungry skink. Their powerful jaws are strong enough to crush snail shells and even the hard exoskeletons of beetles. But it's not all about bugs and slugs. Blue-tongued skinks also have a bit of a sweet tooth for fruits and flowers. They will happily eat fallen berries, soft fruits, and even flower petals they find on the ground. This mixed diet provides them with a balanced range of nutrients, from the protein in insects to the vitamins in plants. In suburban areas, they've even been known to sneak a bite of dog or cat food left outside, which just shows how opportunistic they are. This flexible diet is a major key to their success, enabling them to live in so many different environments across Australia and beyond. In terms of behavior, blue-tongued skinks are generally solitary animals. They prefer to live alone and will usually only seek out other skinks during the breeding season. They can be territorial, and might get into scuffles with other skinks that wander into their home range. Most of their day is spent either basking in the sun to warm up their bodies or foraging for food. Basking is super important for reptiles. As cold-blooded or ectothermic creatures, they rely on external heat sources like the sun to regulate their body temperature and get the energy they need to digest their food and move around. You'll often see them flattened out on a warm rock, soaking up the rays. When they aren't eating or sunbathing, they're usually hiding. As we've learned, their main defense is to stay out of sight. But if a threat does appear, that's when the real show begins. First, they will puff up their bodies with air to look bigger and more intimidating. They'll let out a loud, guttural hiss that sounds surprisingly menacing coming from such a laid-back lizard. If that doesn't work, it's time for the grand finale. They open their mouth as wide as possible, revealing the pink interior and that stunning, bright blue tongue. It's an incredible defensive display that is often enough to make even a brave predator think twice. Bringing a blue-tongued skink into your home is a big commitment, but it's also incredibly rewarding. To keep them happy and healthy, you really need to recreate their natural environment as closely as possible. First up is housing. A large enclosure is a must. Something like a 40-gallon tank or bigger is a good start for an adult. They need plenty of floor space to move around. The substrate or bedding should be something they can burrow into, like cypress mulch or aspen shavings. You'll also need to provide several hiding spots like half logs or reptile caves so they feel safe and secure. A shallow, sturdy water dish that won't tip over is also essential. Next, let's talk about temperature and lighting. This is critically important for a reptile's health. You need to create a temperature gradient in the enclosure, meaning one side should be warmer than the other. A basking spot with a heat lamp should reach around 95 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 35 to 38 degrees Celsius. The cooler side of the tank can be around 75 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 24 to 27 degrees Celsius. This allows the skink to move back and forth to regulate its own body temperature. They also need special UVB lighting. This light helps them produce vitamin D3, which is vital for them to absorb calcium and maintain strong bones. Without it, they can develop some serious health problems. Feeding a pet skink is actually pretty fun because they enjoy such a variety of foods. A balanced diet should consist of about 50% protein, 40% vegetables, and 10% fruit. For protein, you can offer high-quality wet dog or cat food. It's actually a great staple. Cooked ground turkey and insects like dubia roaches, superworms, and silkworms. For the vegetable portion, think leafy greens like collard greens and mustard greens, as well as shredded squash and carrots. A little bit of fruit, like berries or melon, makes a great treat. It's also important to dust their food with a calcium and vitamin supplement to ensure they're getting all the nutrients they need. Beyond their basic needs, enrichment is key to a happy skink. This just means giving them things to do that stimulate their minds. You can rearrange the furniture in their enclosure every now and then to give them new areas to explore. Offering different kinds of food keeps things interesting for them. Some people even use puzzle feeders for their skinks. And while they are solitary, many blue-tongued skinks become quite tolerant of gentle handling. Taking them out for short supervised sessions can be a great bonding experience. By providing excellent care, you are giving these amazing animals the long and healthy life they truly deserve. The life cycle of a blue-tongued skink is just as fascinating as the rest of their biology. Unlike many other lizards that lay eggs, most species of blue-tongued skinks give birth to live young. This is called being viviparous. After mating in the spring, the female will carry the developing babies inside her for about 3 to 5 months. This is a long pregnancy for a lizard. During this time, she will often have a huge appetite and will spend a lot of time basking to help the babies develop properly. It's a big investment of her energy to ensure the next generation is strong and healthy from the very start. When it's time to give birth, a female can have a litter of anywhere from 5 to 25 babies. These mini skinks are perfect little replicas of their parents, complete with their own tiny blue tongues. They are born fully independent and ready to face the world. There is no parental care in the skink world. Once the babies are born, they are on their own. They will scatter and find their own hiding places and start hunting for small insects almost immediately. It's a tough start to life, and many don't survive to adulthood, but this is nature's way of ensuring only the strongest pass on their genes. In the wild, life is full of dangers, and their lifespan can be hard to track. But in the safety of human care, with a proper diet and habitat, blue-tongued skinks can live for a very long time. It's not uncommon for a well-cared-for skink to live for 15 to 20 years, and some have even been reported to live closer to 30 years. This long lifespan is part of what makes them such a significant commitment as a pet. They are not a short-term hobby, they are a long-term companion. This longevity allows them to become true members of the family, sharing many years with their human keepers. The blue-tongued skink holds a special place not just in our homes but in nature. As omnivores, they play an important role in their ecosystem by controlling populations of snails and insects. They also help disperse seeds by eating fruits. While most species are not currently endangered, they face threats from habitat loss due to urban development and agriculture. They are also victims of road traffic and predation by introduced species like cats and foxes. By appreciating these animals and supporting conservation efforts in their native Australia, we can help ensure that these blue-tongued wonders continue to thrive for generations to come. They are a true treasure of the natural world, reminding us of the incredible diversity of life on our planet.